Okay, so tonight I'm going to test the 2-watt laser that I built. Basically I'm going to see how far it can make it through all these CDs. CDs are pretty thick and plastic, and I've spaced them out all the way to the end. And I just want to see, out of curiosity, if it'll make it all the way through them. I'm also going to test out a 6-watt and a 12-watt, and then I'm going to test the 6-watt and the 12-watt out again with an optical lens on the front of it, just to see how much power I can get out of it. I have a feeling that the 12-watt will go through them all, but without further ado, let's melt some stuff. Okay, like I've said in the first video, make sure you have laser protection. You'd hate to burn your eyes out. At least I would. I think it's setting the CD on fire instead of going through it. Doesn't appear that the 2-watt is even making it all the way through one CD. It's definitely making it. It's making it dent in it, but it's not actually busting all the way through. It's melting it, catching it on fire periodically. Okay, it looks like it's made it through the first CD. It's making it through the second CD. Make sure the diode's not getting too hot. Looks like it's definitely struggling with the second CD. I think given enough time that it would probably go through. But I don't think it's going to make it through. Okay, I'm going to call it at 2 CDs. Take that back, it actually made it through to the third CD. I think given enough time it would probably make it through the third one too, but not very fast. So we'll call it 3 CDs. Okay, so now I'm going to try a 6-watt with no optical lens on the front. So there's the first CD. It's more or less melting the CD though. I think if it was able to blow a clear hole through it, it's more or less just catching it on fire. Seems like it takes a fair bit amount of time to melt. Like it just keeps bubbling on the CD and not actually breaking through. But we are through to the third CD. Actually, you know what? Since it's already made it through these CDs, to make it easier, we'll just take these out of the way. Just to see if it could go that much more further. I'll probably just pull them out as it goes, because if not, it just sits there and melts it and it keeps getting in the way of the beam. So it's made it through the third CD. Two-watt one couldn't even make it through the first two, barely. Fire! So it's made it through the fourth CD. There it's through the fifth. 6th. And it's through the 7th. So it's pretty safe to say that if I were to put the optical lens on the front of this, it would blow through all these, so there's really no point in doing that. Let's try something else. Alright, just for the hell of it, I went ahead and set the 12 watt up just to see the comparison of how fast it burns through these. Go ahead and unlock the diode. Same thing with the first one. It seems like it just wants to sit there and catch on fire and just keep melting the whole close. So if it was another kind of plastic, it would have burnt right through that. So we're through to the second one. We are through to the third one. It just like immediately burst into flames. Through to the fourth. And it's on fire. Through to the fifth. And we're through to the sixth. 7. And as you can see on the garage door, it's already through. He's making some pretty cool designs too. And it's through all the way. It was a lot faster. Let's try something else. So as you can tell, this probably wasn't the best thing to test this on material-wise, because it just more or less, see if I can get that to focus, it more or less just bubbles and keeps resealing the hole. So I think that if it was a different kind of plastic or a different kind of material, it would just blow through them back to back to back, but oh well. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to do the 6 watt with the optical lens on the front, and we're going to see if we can burn it all the way over there. Looks like it's already through. And it already made it through. So just to show you exactly what the optical lens does, it basically magnifies your power by 3 or 4 times. So there's what it did that far away. It was this one right there. It allows you to get the beam very small at a very far distance, concentrating the power of the laser. Which, oddly enough, it burnt right through the CD without causing it to catch on fire each time. The other 2 marks right here were closer. If anybody's got any ideas for that, put it in the comments. Okay, so for the last hurrah, I'm going to put them all 3 together against a kitty litter bucket, which is pretty thick plastic, and we're going to see which one makes it through first. Obviously we already know which one that's going to be, but starting up as fast as I can. And they're off. So actually the 6 watt came through first, and then the 12 watt, and then the 2 watt. Huh. I think the 12 watt didn't get a fair shake just because its beam might not be adjusted just as good. And they both came, all three came through. Alright, let's do it one more time with the beam adjusted on the 12 watt. Alright, one more time. Two watt, 6 watt, 12 watt. And again, the first one through was the 6 watt. I don't know if it's just because of its lens or what. And then the 12 watt. Huh. It's wild. Let's see what they look like in the dark. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 6 and the 12 on, and I'm just going to move this to see which one gets through faster. And they're off. The 12 came through just a little bit faster, but it was really close. I think it just has to do with the beam divergence. Man, they are bright.